is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C. And real quick before I get in this video, I wanted to plug in Miss Chrisean Rock's got a new clothing line, so I wanted to, make sure she get clothes in and hoodies and stuff. What is it? Heaven Gates or something? Heaven Sent Rock hoodies collection, so go check it out. But let me go into this pure pluckery that I decided to review at Alexa, what time it is?
It's 2:25 a.m.
I had a little, insomnia tonight, so I figured let me go ahead and watch Juice, which I ended up, having a binge watch of Baddies. What is it? The last one that came out with West or something. So I figured with everything going on, and since I was, had a previous video about Chrisean and Blueface, whatever, that I know this is going to be pluckery, but I wanted to get my inside input about what the hell I watched in the best way I can. So this is the season 2, like I said earlier, season premiere. By the way, she's still working. She's getting that money also as well. She's obviously just had to pay the people off. She's whatever the most wanted list. I've not seen anything recent, but thank God. But so I guess they was supposed to do some event at or Rolling Louder stuff. It's like some night before, like they give, on last season of the pure puckery of this bullshit we were watching, Intoxicale, they're showing all the BS from last year, and little spices of sweet stuff, which even then you can still see toxic stuff just oozing. Okay, it's something where the next day it seemed like some fight or something that's took place. Cause Chrisean, she about to get her hair, she could wash and braid it and get her hair or, get a wig installed, put on. But she's called it in Blueface, whatever. He looked like kind of like he's out. Chrisean looks tired. She missed that. She ain't happy right now. Her and her quote man in quotations are going through it again, sadly, at this point. And he talking about, are you this dance routine, she wanted to do dance routine. He wants to get pictures of whatever. She has things gonna be at the house later on. He like, yeah, something like that, woo woo woo. But the whole time before they try to go this warring line a bit with that Rolling Out event, he up here, as far as I'm going, he going in, getting some Hennessy and whatever, woo, and, by guards, he's like, he's drowsy, but, he stops Subway and whatever, and then I want to call this the backyard, because it's going to say his boys in the backyard, he making sure, I guess, one of his bodyguards, whatever, you just stay in the car for your, like so many words, at least I took it like stay in the car for your safety and shit, you stay back there. He's seen his boys talking to him, whatever, and these two boys, I'm glad they blur out his face, whatever, I don't know how young they were, because they're the only people that weren't shown without consent. Blueface with his, IQ of phenomenal quotes, it's basically like, get your face on the camera, woo, whatever, you about to be playing cat on you and all this stuff, I'm trying to, hold down the words, what I can really say, whatever. And, the next minute, I think he was saying something about getting fired, but, the whole time he basically's like, either at a plaza, at a liquor store, with his boys, in the backyard, in the liquor store, some shit, whatever. We see Christy after she get a hair install and did, like a practice one, whatever, where the style's here, she can dropped off. They trying to ignore some. No, she want to get at the mall, I guess, get an outfit for the night, I guess, for her performance and possibly both with Blueface, whatever. So they on the bus, and it really wasn't that much going on that I can remember, if you want to fast forward to it. The thing is that, I remember where, on and off also, I hear more of like, I don't know, it's supposed to be Blueface category of his greatest fizz hits that is playing. Because the reason why I'm saying it's like, you hear like talking about Chrisean, I'm your daddy now, but this is here, this be going, do for it was just all his songs. I didn't hear, besides like hear the snippet of like, a Chrisean doing her Bible talk. I didn't hear anything else that promoted her. It was like, it ain't they both in the series. I'm just saying, I think she has more music than that. But okay. Now, when they get to the Rolling Loud thing, whatever, the bus won't even let them in. And at times, if you looking at the series and stuff, they also shows like certain like I guess popular quotes through social media, because we are infused in some way or the other that we have to be attached to the internet in some way and form. Most of us are, and whether we like it or not, and they're saying certain stuff. But like I said, she feels some type of way. They didn't have like a good night or whatever, and you kind of see that. Um, oh, did we really even see that at all? I mean, I had to keep repeating it because that's what this offer is. Just nothing but toxicity, just oozing. Okay. Next we see like later on they give us like the little the little squiggly transitioning to the next scene, which in London Blueface got a fight. I don't know if it's like somebody's social media whatever. Oh, I know his name was Ed and Eddie or some shit like that, but that was about it. And she comes on their way, and it's just that like it's still kind of awkward as usual. She's like, she hungry, she was dirt, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, well, you can eat me up. But anyways, there, I think the next thing besides he was telling, he keeps to himself before like these fires or when he come over do something, stay, to basically like talking about the boring stuff like this ain't no better than Maryland, Philadelphia, no stuff like that, whatever, right? So, we get to the part when they're about to go ahead and do the weigh in and talk their stuff, whatever. I think it's called high stake, whatever, was competition. And, Chrisean was supporting her dude or whatever, blah, 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 who she thinks he is. And, they talking smack about each other back and forth. And interesting enough, he's like, okay, dude, it's like, if he win, he give him my chain, some stuff like woo, woo, woo. And the dude talks smack, like 880, whatever his name is, 200 G's, whatever. And, you have that. And then if y'all following the Adam 22 somewhat, I don't know if I'll make a video about that and stuff, and the possible hold, I couldn't find the sound effect, but if you know what I'm talking about, possible cold we got with Lena the Plug, his wife, and their friendly adventures, and BBC, and I don't mean British Bold Club, if you know what I'm talking about. Because the dude said, man, if you win, I'll give you my girl. And I'm thinking, like I said, this is why it just reminded me that I know this came up before this happened, I think, but I that just kind of would remind me of a little bit. And he just like, I could have your girl before that, blah blah blah. Like I say, still take expect, Chris, she's like I said, she still be supporting about the smash talk, probably up there, like sending messages to media, and then it gets to a point either before or after, this quote, because he's getting ready, and he's training, and he says, well, all he needs is his downbeat, whatever, the most important person I have, and it ain't who you think it is. I don't know if he's referring to his child's what he's with now, the one that when they're up there, they ain't got no food in their pantry right about now, but you're worried about child succession, you got half naked women, and in the middle of y'all during house or wherever y'all at, and try to make songs and shit, and I guess try to make her like she's supposed to play Christy and all this other stuff, and you're worrying about the baby sexuality instead of making sure that the baby is fed and worrying about them well-being, and just things you really should worry about. I think maybe that's who he's referring to. Anyways, he up there talking about, like you lie, people with the caught up their lies and catches up to him, blah, 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 talking all this about her. And this is when I don't know at the time being if she's already is pregnant with the baby she's about to have, with positive bless, positive vibes, that she has a healthy baby, but it also brings her healthiness to realize to move forward and move on. Okay. Let her know to have a sense that we move on where, because even I forgot to mention when they would have that trash up, the guy said like something, and it was inaudible and stuff like that. Most of the stuff with the code caption, I was about to wind that ish, no way. But he was even saying your girl is the star, and even they show you show Blueface with his boys and stuff like that and all that, right? But when I seen Chrisean, it was at least 3 to 4 times that you got people who are taking pictures and they happy, take pictures and stuff like that. Because Chrisean needs to realize she is the star. She doesn't need this mess, but it's only so much we can say. She has to be able to realize she's deserved better. And I hope she does. I know I keep repeating that over again, but I truly do hope she does. So anyway, he's still, when I fast forward going back to where I was talking about and just rambled off as usual. He only is talking about, you lie, you little blacks catching up, all this other stuff. You want to be, he would like just say if a woman was to say she was hard, grape, rhymes with grape, y'all. And he up here, basically say, but you had sex with 10 dudes, whatever. And I'm just like, he keeps phrasing stuff where in a way he blames women, or he doesn't even respect women enough. So I don't, even down to his first child's mama or child, or blame mom, whatever. He doesn't respect them. And that's some deep issues that he has had that's within him. We already know, even just a little that we know about his background, the pluckery that goes with the shit that he came with, okay? So, he's basically like, and they just keep back and forth like the test. And she even, because I think even when they get off, because like I said, they couldn't do the wrong, just let you know, they couldn't do the wrong loud because it was guns, it's that on the bus. So they had to cancel, and then they went to London. And then when you're having this training and stuff, you start talking. It's like they're going back for talking in code. And Chris, Lois, what do you mean? I could prove this and that, blah, blah, blah. Because he's going to keep saying she a liar, she a liar, she a liar, or whatever. Even though, truth be told, he's the one who actually had the proof where he was all tongue and, up there exchanging DNA, at least saliva all in the mouth and stuff with some girl with some blonde hair. Wasn't this like last year ago? Or something like that. It's documentation. And, like, for example, he another time when he does it, it's like, it's gaslight or fire. Even though, like I said, they're toxic. They're both toxic people. They need to work on each other separate and getting themselves together with the issues. But it's like, then we realize towards the end of the episode when he's going about to do a weigh-in, and he just keeps saying over and over again, you got the guy, I think he's one of his managers, stuff like that, that's in. He ends up walking away because they're going back and forth, because he's like, if it's your baby, I'm gonna make sure to repeat whatever if it's my baby. But then this is when he says the famous comment that was in the trailer. He's like, but I'm gonna be stuck. And she's like, you're not stuck with me, but I'm stuck with you with a child, blah blah blah. But in a minute, she's even saying we can go to clinic or something. I have no problem getting clinic. He wants to prove the lie detector because he wants to claim like, you lied, I guess where she was at or something like that. And we know as of now that he is the father of this baby coming to be, Lord. But he on the other hand, y'all, is again like talking and says a comment again. Like I said, he says a lot of toxic shit that is red flags. And whether the girl he got, his first 2 children by, and he said a lot of like foul stuff, like the way they talk about this baby throughout the pregnancy was for pregnant. It's like, even though Chrisean said he has told her, like, sadly, y'all ever seen the classic movie Baby Boy, or happen in real life where some guys would say, oh, have my baby type of thing. Chrisean said, this was a planned baby. You decided we wanted to have this baby, but at the same time, he's trying to basically try to say in her head, like, okay, lie, test, and try to prove as if it's not his baby at all. Or if it's baby, like, if you also notice the social media, he's also said, like, to his question mark baby girl, whatever, like girlfriend he got now, went back to whatever for the moment, she had child, she ain't, you can take care of, you don't have to watch the child, blah blah. It's just a lot of BS. And and Chris was like, okay, it's no big deal, whatever. I can take like DNA like test. He's like, well, we can wait for that, blah 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 blah. But if it takes, which is DNA tests, and there are surprisingly errors even when taking a lie detector test sometimes, then him just trying to make it seem as like she, is kind of the only problem here, and maybe it's not his child, and he says also some red flag stuff, is like I said, he talking about 1 minute he rubber feet, but that's his child, good that, we see where the hell that went off with, because what is he doing besides been trying to tell her like she ain't got no tooth, you should get rid of that baby, I'm selective who I have children with, and all this other stuff. She got tired of taking, using terminating pregnancies as a form of birth control. Okay? And, with him saying, comment, if it's not his child, then, he'll hit her, punch her in the stomach. I'm like, you bitch. But it's not surprising, but just seeing this stuff, it made me want in my head to throw my phone. I ain't about to throw this phone, nothing like that. But like I said, it goes to show you how toxic and the gaslighting is. And like I said, because based on the previews and the previous lectures, like I said, is she telling people to take Uncle Cut, because even then she's trying to tell when he's training with his trainer and stuff, in this scene when her having a conversation between before it gets to weigh-in. And Chris is like, what? Can you please talk to me? What or something? And then they're talking about preview for the next episode. And like I said, you see the dangers. I had to keep saying the word toxic. Well, let me switch it up. Trash, dumpster, darkness, menace. Okay, menace to society shit. Okay, is what I got from here. But sadly, it's not surprising. But like I said, I do not know, based on, and like I said in the episodes, like he walks off because he's supposed to weigh and stuff like that. But like I said, he's so focused on, and even saying toxic stuff in the next episode, he's so focused on getting this lie detectors and to prove, I guess, that it's not his baby, even though they were not in a non-committed relationship, and we all know how open Blueface has been, been busting down Thotalinas, and he's a thought himself. He wants to make it seem, like I said, about, or continue to think he, as long as he could, to pimp her out, or, like basically use and take what he can from Chrisean, whatever. And of course, we had to hear in the middle episode about she had called him daddy again, whatever the case is. And it's like, girl, So, y'all, I'm really going to try to stick it out and actually try to do my best every week, if possible, and or at least my veins while I can, to do these episodes for y'all. Sorry, but like I said, it wasn't so much. It was just introduction to people. But like I said, y'all, don't forget again, I'll try to see if I put it into this video again about going ahead and getting that merch from a Chrisean that I said at the beginning of the thing. If I have a chance, I might put it in the description box if y'all are interested in their hoodies or the Heaven Sent Rock collection. You know what I'm saying? And I will see you next time, y'all, with this this hell of right about crazy and love. Crazy and mess should be what it is. This is a warning, it's not a love collection. It's bad when even they're saying in the middle of the show that's promoting this show is even saying, the toxic stuff. And, even if you can call this a relationship, it's a ship that is sinking and ain't even coming back up. Okay? But anyway, y'all, I am out of here. Hugs and love. Have a good week. Alexa, what time it is? Alexa, you hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
You see this bit? Okay, anyway, y'all, good night. Can you at least tell me the time? Alexa. Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, you can hear me. I'm out here, y'all. See y'all in the next one.